Everything in this video can be found on the public domain in the full disclaimers down below.
Hey, welcome to the Danger Zone. It's Ashley. I wish you lots of love and many blessings. And I want to say thank you to everybody who's contributed to this video and my channel in one way or another. Mess with the bull, you might get the horns, Harry and Meghan. The royal family, but most definitely the Queen, is so fed up with both Harry and Meghan that she has taken it upon herself to personally fund this investigation against Meghan and her bullying ways. She wanted to make sure this investigation was thorough and done right and not at the taxpayers' cost. That speaks volumes, Harry and Meghan. You would think that nearly 40 years old, Harry would know better than to go against his family. Everything they sat down with Oprah and said, all the things they accused the royal family of, they're now being corrected. They lied directly to Oprah and the cameras when they said they were financially cut off in April of 2020. And now it's been proven that was just a lie. They received nearly $9.5 million in one lump sum from Charles. Crying and lying, that's what they do best. $9.5 million is a huge amount of money. I guess it's just a nursery and a couple of Range Rovers for them. But of course, when you sit back and tally up every bit of the money that she spent within the first 2 years of her being a part of the royal family, $9.5 million is gonna be chump change to them. Everything they sat down with Oprah and said turned out to be complete BS, you guys. Just like saying to Oprah that everybody was overly concerned about Archie's skin color when he arrived on the scene. During that interview, when they were talking about the race situation, they implied that it was either Prince William or the Queen that was questioning, worrying about the skin color of Archie. Do you guys realize that it was Princess Anne that was having a conversation with Harry, talking about how lovely this child's skin color had the potential to be, mixed with Meghan and Harry? Wow. It turns out nothing derogatory was ever made about Archie, or what color he would be coming out as. Y'all, Oprah is so mad with Harry and Meghan right now. She looks as Weasley as they do. Remember her dramatic reactions to, everything they said? Which I don't buy into, by the way. She's as guilty as they are. She didn't ask any of the right questions, and she never fact-checked a thing. It felt quite deliberate, them painting the royal family out as a bunch of monsters. And Gayle even came out the very next day saying, this is the best interview Oprah has ever done in her entire career. Really, Gayle? I feel like the very next time they sit down with a talk show host, it needs to be more Povich, because this child to me looks more like old Marcus Anderson than anybody. I have such a hard time believing that there's a child in their care and custody. Now, maybe this is old news to y'all, but it is new to me. Somebody told me the other day, this was not Archie, but the neighbor's child. They wanted to portray him as Archie in this photo shoot. First off, what parent would allow this? Unless they were maybe paid, I don't know. But second off, why the games? Why so many games? Even though these pictures are blurry, this kid didn't look a thing like any of these other children they've tried to pass off as Archie, and certainly looked nothing like the child we seen from behind for his birthday. All of these games being played, all of these lies being told, they have no right to discuss mental health or how to go about getting it to anyone, because if they can't fix themselves, how are they going to help anybody else? If you don't believe me, listen to this. Archie was due to have a title at birth, the Earl of Dumbarton, and Dumbarton is a gorgeous place in Scotland. Meghan got totally ticked off and rejected the title Earl of Dumbarton, taking total offense to the fact that the word dumb can be found in the word Dumbarton. Now, that in itself is quite dumb. Instead of having a little gratitude and saying thank you for letting my child be Earl of Dumbarton, instead, y'all, she throws a complete fit and says my child's not going to be affiliated with the word dumb. Is that like baffling or what? Talk about dumb, I can't stress it enough. Here's how her egotistical, narcissistic brain functions. She doesn't want her child to be Earl of Dumbarton because of the word dumb, but she takes much pride in being the Duchess of Sussex. So, is she really solid for mental health advocacy? Not in my opinion. Neither one of them are, actually. I honestly think while the Queen's having everything investigated, they ought to start back at the Royal Foundation. That's when they started putting their hand in the cookie jar. Allegedly, of course. They started moving massive amounts of money from Royal Foundation into Travelist. At one point it was under investigation, but nobody ever came out and said the reason why it was done. I believe we all know the reason why, but it's never been put out there because it is not that good of a look. My buddy Jay says that he feels like the Queen's really tried protecting the situation, trying to keep it under wraps. Prince William was involved. Harry roped him right in. The investigation started after Prince William brought it up with his private secretary at the time, Simon Case. Does it not feel like Harry tried trapping his brother into failure by setting him up? Harry and Meghan both were caught off guard once Prince William, was talking about it, which in turn spawned the investigation. Which was neither here or there because nobody ever found out the end result of that investigation, but I'd like to. I'd also like to know why their insignia for Travelist looks almost identical to the ones that you can find on the satanic symbolism sheets. And wouldn't y'all also like to know why Travelist is listed as a nonprofit when it's partnered up with not only the World Bank, yeah, go figure, but also TripAdvisor.com, Booking.com, Skyscanner, Trip.com, and Visa, and operates not like a charity would or a foundation, but a business. In my honest opinion, as long as they have a foundation, a charity, or a nonprofit, they'll never run out of money. Speaking of profit and getting that money, so they admitted that they did scarf up all of the Lilibet domains, registered everything they possibly could. And that was long before the child arrived. They did the same thing with the Archwell situation. I believe they did that a year in advance. So strange in my opinion. It shows a lot of confidence on their end. They did do all of that prior, long before the children arrived. God forbid something would have happened. What if these children never came to fruition? Aside from all the belly bump prosthetics and the long pregnancy, the weird birthing situations, that's just another red flag. Getting back to it, they purchased every combination of Archie Harrison and Lilibet Diana that they possibly could. That's whack. Proving they have humongous plans to profit off of these children. Y'all, before I end this, I wanted to share an excellent point my friend made this morning. My friend said, isn't it amazing how Meghan said she was never taught basic protocol, nor the national anthem of the UK. But all of a sudden, she's now an expert on royal lineage, in which grandchildren are entitled to be princes or princess. Just another lie, y'all. Just another lie exposed. I thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a great day today. I'll see you soon and we'll talk fast. Please stay safe and be blessed.